Hello, hello everyone. I'm so grateful to be with you this evening. And I was thinking about a couple of things. I was thinking about our love and how our love is meant to be given away. And I was also thinking about compassion and how, we can begin to engage in having a deeper compassion for ourselves and for others in this time, especially. But I always like to talk to the creator a little bit first, to the great spirit, a creator, a higher power, however that you like to connect with the divine and with the soul. I always like to begin in that way. And creator, we're asking for you to presence yourself here with us in our conversation this evening. And we're asking for your healing, your light, that your conversation of the heart can be the conversation that we're in. We're asking that you will guide us and protect us and help us to be protectors and healers in the way that you would have us be. That you are the greatest healer and your love is the greatest healer. And we're asking that you will guide us and assist us now and always through this conversation and through all things. Thank you so much, Great Mystery. We welcome you. Aho. Amen. I love my relationship with Great Spirit. It's so good. I love it. It's really, really, very good. And so creator's looking out for us. I loved in one of the mentorship and leadership courses, one of my students said, oh, creator has my back. Great Spirit has my back, or creator, or, their term for that higher power. And I love that feeling and that thought that, oh, what if higher power has my back and is taking care of things? But I was reading earlier, I was thinking about this, giving our, sending our love, more than giving our love away, like sending our love, because to send my love takes a minute, so I have to be able to gather the love and love of a lot of different things. David Riccio, in one of his books, I love him. He's a psychologist and has a mindfulness practice, a Buddhist, and he talks about something called the 5 A's. And I love this knowledge that the 5 A's aren't really based on feeling necessarily, but they're more based on, can I give and receive appreciation? Can I give and receive attention in positive and healthy ways? Can I give in my relationship appreciation? So attention and affection, appreciation, allowance, and acceptance are the 5 A's. And I really appreciate how he talks about those. And so when I think about sending our love, I'm thinking about sending those things, but we don't necessarily have to say that we're sending those things. We can send those things without saying that we are. And people will feel that and know that. And, that's the territory and the importance of the soul and the importance of the heart and the soul working in tandem, that they can work together and shed their light on things and on people and on plants and on animals and on relationships. And so what we want is we want to be able to send our love. I was reading this Anne Hillman piece. We look with uncertainty. We look with uncertainty beyond the old choices for clear-cut answers to a softer, more permeable aliveness, which is every moment at the brink of death. For something new is being born in us, if we but let it. We stand at a new doorway, awaiting that which comes, daring to be human creatures, vulnerable to the beauty of existence, learning to love. Received. I think we all have like the to-do list of how we want our love to be received, but everybody loves in different ways, and we probably, however we give love is probably how we like to receive love, I found. And so just the noticing of that, like the noticing of, oh, well, how do I like to give love? And how do I like to receive love? And how do my loved ones like to give love? Because it's probably also the way that they like to receive it. And so when we're thinking about this, we're also thinking about nurturing. Like when we think about how we want to receive love, we're also thinking about nurturing and nourishing. And I was listening to this really wonderful um, book on attachment. It was really beautiful text, but there's something about that nourishing contact. There's something about nourishing contact. And so, we can send our love. We can send our love. And let me see, I think that was maybe Stan Tatkin you were listening to. I'm not sure. Or maybe one of his protege or a colleague. So we think about nurturing and we think about nourishing contact, and then we think about what we love and what is it that I love. Because then we can start to look at how we want to feel. We can start to think about, well, if I want to experience more love in my life, I want to give and receive more love in my life, if I want to be able to send my love to people, then what I also need to know is I also need to know, what is it that I'm feeling in any given moment, and how can I shift that into an experience of love? And so if I want to shift that into an experience of love, then what I want is I want to be able to start thinking about, well, if I want to experience the feeling of love and I want to experience a feeling of compassion, then what I can do is I can engage in the things that give me that feeling. So how do I want to feel? What do I want to feel? And, it might be love, it might be other things, joy or contentment or satisfaction, or, I may need to go more deeply into my grief at this time, into my sorrow. But whatever it is that I want to feel, I can look at what are the things, if it's sending love that I want to do, then I can look at, oh, well, what are the things that I love? Who are the people that I love? And even people that have passed on, they remain with us, they stay with us. So the people that have gone before us are still here, and they are sharing their wisdom and their love with us. They're constant. They maintain themselves as our ancestors and support our loving and our ability to send our love if that's what we want to do. So when I'm sending my love then becomes more like a prayer, more like a prayer. And I have this one. This is Annie Dillard. This is an Annie Dillard poem. At a certain point, you say to the woods, to the sea, to the mountains, the world, now I am ready. Now I am ready. Now I will stop and be wholly attentive. Now I will stop and be wholly attentive. You empty yourself and wait, listening. You empty yourself and wait, listening. After a time, you hear it. There's nothing there. There's nothing but those things only, those created objects, discrete, growing or holding or swaying, being rained on or raining, held, flooding or ebbing, standing or spread. You feel the world's word as tension, a hum, a single chorused note everywhere the same. This is it. This hum is the silence. The silence is all there. The silence is all there is. The silence is all there is. It is the Alpha and the Omega. The silence is all there is. It is the Alpha and the Omega. It is the Creator's brooding over the face of the waters. It is the blended note of 10,000 things, the wine of wings. You take a step in the right direction to pray to this silence and even to address the prayer to world. Distinctions blur, quit your tense, pray without ceasing. Distinctions blur, quit your tense, pray without ceasing. That is Annie Dillard, and that is from the Life Prayers from Around the World, Elizabeth Roberts and Elias Amadon. And so Annie Dillard says, pray without ceasing. And so when I think about prayer, I think about love. Like, there's no greater prayer. There's no greater wish. There's no greater, because that's what we've come here to do. As a matter of fact, that's what we've come here to do, is we've come here to learn about love and to give love and to receive love. We have come here to engage ourselves in the nature of loving. And, and I'm not necessarily talking about other human beings per se. I mean, I am and I'm not. I'm also talking about the earth and all of the beings of the earth, and how we have this intimacy and these relationships with all beings. And so when I think about the nature of love and I think about the sending of love, I would just ask us right now, like, to really think of the people, if we could just think of the people that we most admire and most cherish and most love, and we can send love to them. And that is after, of course, we've built the love up from doing something that we love, or expressing something that we love, or experiencing something that we love. Like, I have my friend, and I just love these paintings. They are by my friend Howard Bluebird, and they are so beautiful. There's one of the sun and one of the moon, and they're just gorgeous. And I think about, and one has the buffalo, the white buffalo in it, right, with the eagle feathers, and it's just so beautiful. And then this one, I really love this image also. And like, when I look at these, I feel my heart is filled with love. It is filled with, thoughts of my brothers and sisters, my Lakota, Oglala Lakota Sioux brothers and sisters. It's filled with my thoughts of my two really beautiful friends, Howard and Teresa. And so I get to think of all those things. My heart is filled with love. And so once you're filled with that kind of love, and then I can look at the water, I can take a walk on the, on the neighborhood or on the street that I live on, and I can see that there's trees and other beings and other creatures. And when I do that, then I can fill myself with their energy and with their love, and then I can give that love away. I can talk to a friend. I can call a friend. I can have dinner, even though dinners, oftentimes right now are kind of virtual. But I have the opportunity also to call my family and my loved ones and my friends, and to gather love there. So once we gather that love, or once we're refueled, or once we're filled with that love, then we can send it. So the process I'd like us to do for the next couple of days is the sending of our love, and to cultivate that, to notice what it is that we're feeling, to notice what it is that gives us that specific feeling, and perhaps it's painting our own paintings. Perhaps it is, having that conversation with a friend. Perhaps it is, writing a poem or a prayer. Perhaps it's playing. My friend Andre Ferriante, he is a classical guitar player and an exquisite poet, and he is, continuing his beautiful work. And on Fridays you can hear him. He does a Facebook Live on Fridays, I believe, and his work is so beautiful. And so I think about him, and I gather love. So you can listen to what makes your heart happy, and when you do that, then it can overflow, right? Then that love can overflow. Like, you're so filled with it that it can overflow. Now, I'm not saying that's easy. I mean, I'm not saying that, oh, this is going to be an easy thing and you should be able to do this instantaneously. And, we have a lot of issues that are happening right now. And among all of those issues, we do have a lot to pay attention to, and a lot to connect with, and a lot to correct. And we also have much to be grateful for, especially if we're, walking and talking and moving, and, we've somehow been protected and connected enough to get to this place wherever we happen to be. And so I find that gratitude is one of the best ways that we can really access our love nature. And so, and I really loved the talk with Broderick Riddell, and his perspective of love and mindfulness, and that is here on the station if you want to watch that. His perspective is so beautiful. So if we're going to send our love, what we want to do, and you can call it praying without ceasing, as Annie Dillard calls it, or you can just simply call it love without ceasing, and to do our very, very best right now to love, because we really need more love. We don't need anything more than creating more love and more willingness to be open to one another at this time, and to be open to one another's gifts, because we all need that, and that's what we all want to give, and that's what we're all here to learn. And so, in the morning, each morning, if we can just simply spend some time cultivating our love nature, and then to send that love to whoever that most needs that love. We can just simply close our eyes and see it being a gift, or being a light, or being, sending an energy to that person that is filled with that essence and of emotion, of appreciation and acceptance and attention and affection and allowance. We can do that. And then someone maybe you're not on the best terms with, or somebody that maybe you don't like, then if you have an overflow, you can send that to them, because if that is the case, there's oftentimes history to be cleaned up there, or there's something that we may want to say, or because we're all responsible for our own experience, and no one is ever responsible for our experience. We can, if we're an adult, if we're a consenting adult, then we are able to be responsible for our relationships and what we create in them. So if there's someone we're not, so we can also send them love. And then also, if there's someone we dislike a great deal, we can also send them love. And in doing that, we are doing our very best to create more love in the world, and create more love in the universe, and to pay attention to what is not necessarily working, but also to put our focus on turning things in a more beneficial direction. And so, blessings, and I will look forward to talking with you on Friday.